I've just gotten scammed again. So story time on the influencer who was scamming my business Ice Glow. This influencer is a blue tick verified male from Queensland, which I had actually never seen before. And he's got about 240,000 followers. And he DM'd me saying, hey, I've just seen you've come out with new products. Like, you know me, you see my videos. And he's like, I love face oils and I love cleansing balms. Would you like to send out your face oil and cleansing balm for me so I can make like a little video reviewing them for you? And I was like, you know what? If you know my business, I don't work with influencers. I hardly work with influencers. And I was like, you know what? This is also a male. It's something different. Absolutely. So I responded straight away saying, hey, thanks so much for reaching out, blah, blah, blah. Send me your addy. Sent him these 2 products and 3 other products nearly straight away because I know they work and I know they're amazing. So he's going to love them. He was very keen for these Ice Glow products because he kept messaging me, hey, how'd you guys go? But keep in mind, I sent out his order literally the next day. I sent it to his email and I also sent him the screenshot of like your parcel's on the way. So just to let him know, don't worry, you're going to get your Ice Glow products. It's on the way. For someone that was very, very keen, 3 weeks later, I then messaged saying, hey, how'd you go testing our face oil and our cleansing balm? Because I knew he had received it by this point. And he wrote, oh no, I never received it. Could it be lost? I let him know I've checked in with the couriers. They've sent proof of delivery with a signature and an image. And I don't want to sound like a stalker, but the image is literally his hand grabbing the parcel. So like, I know you've received it, but it's okay. Let's just see what he's going to say. And once I let him know that you've received the parcel, he then changed the conversation really quickly to, hi, my partner has been diagnosed with MS, which is super sad. It's been a challenging time to figure it all out. When I can, I'll get you some feedback. Super sorry. Meaning he's received it. So like in that message to me, he's pretty much saying, sorry, I'm just going to take some time reviewing it and making like content for you, but I've received my Ice Glow parcel. 1.5 months after that message, I sent a little follow-up message and this was the response. I never received it. And honestly, I didn't even reply. That is literally you trying to scam my business. I know you've received it. There's been so much proof of delivery from the couriers and you pretty much even said without saying it that you've received it. But anyways, our Ice Glow products are absolutely amazing and I don't need an influencer to tell you guys that it's amazing because I think me just telling you guys how incredible it is, you guys get the point. And when you try it for yourself, you know how good it is.
The amount of influencers scamming their followers is getting high by the day. Now, I need you to tell me, is it that these people are broke or it's just greed that is overtaking them? Because what do you mean you ask a follower to send you something or a small business to send you something and you review it for them, but you don't actually review, you continue posting like nothing happened, or you actually say that you didn't receive anything that that person has sent you. Now guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, turn on your notification bell and share this video with one of your friends. This is your only way to support the channel, okay? It doesn't cost you absolutely nothing. So in this video, we're going to be talking about influencers who have scammed their followers, or rather who have scammed their followers with small businesses. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Okay, so I'm coming on here before I crash out, but we're gonna have a little vent session real quick because I honestly don't know what to do and I need help. Okay, so short story short, I'll try to make this as quick as I can. So let's just say there is a influencer that I follow on social media. Okay. Said influencer is, you know, very into fashion, absolutely love her style, have always followed her, love her recommendations, have gotten so many clothing pieces, ideas, outfit inspiration from her, has a great following. Like if I could literally copy and paste her closet into my closet, I would. We are the same size, like everything. So said influencer, I'm not going to say any names or anything, does frequent closet sales on her Instagram. There's like one of those groups like in the bio and you can click on it and she can like post stuff or like rent things and throw stuff in there all the time. I've always wanted to buy it, but I'm like, it's hard buying clothes. Like I'm very picky with clothes. Things fit me really differently. Like I really have to try stuff on. Shopping is not the easiest thing for me, whatever. So flash forward back to March, February. She posted, hey guys, have 3 bags of clothing for sale, large bags, name brand clothing, yada, 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 the whole 9 yards. Now, when you look at her social media and everything, you think like, oh my God, like I'm about to get some fire pieces. Like this is amazing. So she does these bags, $200 for a bag of clothes. And I've always wanted to do one, but I was like, $200 is kind of a lot for not knowing like what you're going to get, or, you know, if anything's going to fit you, but whatever. When she sent this back in February, I was feeling spontaneous. So I sent her a text and said, hey, I'll take a bag. Like the odds of me like getting it, because they do go so quickly, I was like, I'm not even going to get it, but let me text her and see. Long story short, we get to chatting and I was like, hey, like, would you give me a deal if I got 2? And she was like, yeah, I'll cover shipping for you if you want to do 2. So I was, you know what, F it. Like, I'll just get 2. Like, this is fun, whatever. I was looking for some fun, whatever. So I text her, you know, we get the deal done. She was like, are you looking for anything kind of like specific? And I was like, just starting to build like my summer wardrobe, looking for like dresses, like summery tops. You know, I was like, I have a couple trips coming up in the summer, like summery vacation. So any kind of pieces or anything for that. She said, okay, great, whatever. Fast forward, this was like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. She was like, I can ship it either Thursday or Friday or Wednesday or Thursday, whatever. It was like 2 days later. She was like, I'll ship it by the end of the week, whenever I can get to USPS after work. And I was like, okay, great. Like whenever you do ship it, can you just send me the tracking? Because like I Venmo'd this girl $400. Like I at least just wanted the tracking number. So this is where it kind of gets a little, So I wait, I'm patient. It's like kind of end of day Friday. I sent her a text and I was like, hey, did you get to ship the items at all? Whatever. Just wanted to know if you have the tracking or if you got to ship it. I didn't hear back from her until like Sunday night, and she was like, hey, I had a really busy week. I didn't get to ship it. But I'm going to do it first thing Monday morning, whatever. So let's just say this kind of back and forth, hey, did you ship it yet? Texting kind of went back and forth for almost 3 weeks. And I felt like an absolute idiot texting this girl like almost every other day saying, hey, did you ship it yet? Can I have the tracking number? But like I get it. Like, I don't want to bother you. Like, I know you have a life, you have a job, and this is annoying. Like, I Venmo'd you, like, whatever, deal done, whatever. But like, to send someone like $400 and like not have a tracking number, like it just kind of felt like I was like throwing money out the window. Like, I don't know. Like, and $400 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now this is like February, like 12th. It is now, what's today? March 16th, and I just got the package. So over a month. So when when she said 2 large trash bags of clothes and $400 worth of clothes, I kind of expected the box to be a little bit bigger than this. I don't know. Okay. But besides the point, let me get in to show you what I got. Keep in mind, this is supposed to be $400 worth of clothing. I'm just going to kind of go rapid fire through this. The first thing is a legit bridesmaid's dress, which is a size 6, and I'm like a 0. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. A pair of like really worn jean shorts. This Urban Outfitters skirt. This Francesca's vest. This is a brand that's sold in Marshalls and like TJ Maxx, and it's a sweater that says whatever. Okay. This dress. Okay. This top. Okay. This belt. Okay. This little satin Zara top. Okay. This top. Okay. This pair of pants that are like kind of like all ripped at the bottom. Okay. A velvet jumpsuit. Leather leggings. A Zara like velvet top. This J. Crew, like, I don't know, it's completely see-through. Dress, cover up, I don't know. This top, that's broken. I don't even know how you would close it. It also has like just stains all over it. This hat. This bikini that's literally yellow and cut. A pair of sneakers that are stained, and I could probably pull the bottoms off. And these heels. I'm not gonna say anything else, but you tell me if that's worth $400 and what you would do in this situation. Because I don't know if this box was meant to go to Goodwill or I'm at a loss for words.
Get ready with me as I tell you about how an influencer scammed me out of $17,000. In my business, we do a lot of influencer marketing. An influencer that when I first started my business, I looked up to for a really, really long time. Absolute dream to have certain influencers promote you and market for you. She had about like 200,000 followers. It felt like everything that she had sold or promoted, people were buying, at least for me. I get influenced really easily. So when I got into influencer marketing pretty heavily in the beginning, it actually brought a lot of revenue. This influencer we've worked with previously twice. Because we had such great experiences and we did receive some sales through her commission code, I thought that it would be great to continuously work with her. We were doing a lot of contracted influencer work. It means that we would bring on an influencer to work as a package deal with us for either a quarter, 6 months, or a year. If we bring you on, we will pay you for the 4 months of posting schedule, the 6-month posting schedule, and the yearly posting schedule. This is when influencer marketing for our business at the time was such a big budget. So we were willing to spend a lot to make back. If you are creating content, you know that it's not easy to do. If they ask for a certain amount of money or they demand certain things, it's because they probably deserve it. Also love supporting small businesses, and this is somebody's small business. Like, who am I as a small business to take away money from somebody else's plate? $17,000 for 6 months, of course, we were open to it. Paying structure worked was that we would pay half in the beginning. We would send her all of the swimsuits, and then she would take photos, have us approve of it before the content goes up, and then she would get the other half after the whole entire posting schedule was done. I don't know if that was the best way to pay an influencer. That was one of our first pre-packaged deals. This girl had an agency when we had worked with her for the first 2 posts, and then afterwards she wanted to represent herself for this one, so we didn't think much of it. She said that the agency takes a cut and she wanted to just go through us directly because she loves our brand. I was really happy to create this relationship with her because I love creating relationship and networking with other women in the industry. We paid half of the $17,000 in the beginning. She chose 10 swimsuits and we sent all of it to her home. And then a month passes by when she receives the swimsuits and we don't hear back from her. She starts emailing us, DMing us, saying that she got into a really horrible accident, that she received the swimsuits, but now she's also moving, so her address is different. We said, okay, well, just send us your new address. If you need more swimsuits or these ones didn't fit, we can resend another batch or whatever you want to choose so that we can just update it on our back end and on our file. We're like, okay, we'll take as long as you need. Even though those contracts are signed, we can just wait a little bit or extend it. Life happens and it's inevitable. Accidents happen, it's completely normal. And I wasn't too strict on the timeline, but I just wanted to know that we were gonna get our content in return because we already paid half of $17,000 and all of the 10 swimsuits sent to her. She confirmed that she received it, but she said she was in the middle of moving and just so much life things were happening, so I just didn't question it. My PR team sends me a bi-weekly report stating who posted, who didn't during this influencer campaign that we were doing with a bunch of different people. See one of the names and she has not responded, no emails, no pictures, no videos, nothing sent back to us. I asked my team to kindly follow up with her. At this point, we sent like 6 or 7 emails and they all went unanswered. We sent a final email asking her for an update. What is going on? Because if you're not going to proceed, at least return the money, but you can keep the swimsuits. She comes back to us and says, hey, actually, I am going to take some photos this weekend, but something happened. I need the remainder of the funds before I actually do the full work, because she was saying that a brand scammed her and said that they would pay afterwards. So now her guidelines has changed and she needs the full funds before actually creating any content, any videos, any photos, or anything for our brand. Kind of a little red flag, but I want to believe the good in people and I never want to think that somebody is going to scam somebody else after having a working relationship. So over time, we just thought, okay, I'll just give it the green light. I will pay her and wire her the remaining of the funds so that she can get this over with, and then we will revisit the contract after it ends and possibly not work together. This is why as a business owner, you have to do your due diligence, not wear your heart on your sleeve. My team sends the remaining funds. Weeks go by again. At this point, I'm getting a little irritated. We wired the full $17,000. You have 10 of her swimsuits. You've been coming into communication with us saying that you can do it, but you haven't done it. And then you said your terms has changed, that you want to get all the money before you even create content. You moved and you went into a car accident, like all of these things. Like who knows if this was actually true. I also want to always believe other creators. They're already in the spotlight. I'm going to trust you, because if you're lying to yourself or to a brand, like does that mean you're lying to your audience? After 2 months of no reply, after sending the full remaining amount, this has been now 4.5, 5 months where nothing has been done, no emails, no pictures, nothing sent to us, but she's still posting as normal. This is not okay. Something is wrong here, and I think she's probably scamming me. I had my lawyer send her a letter that there was a signed contract. She has a certain amount of days to complete the terms, have the money paid for her, and I went over the contract paying her where I shouldn't have. She then gets spooked from this email, blocks us on everything, blocks even my personal account. So I had no choice but to call her out on her shit. At that time, I posted the entire story of who this person was, how they scammed me on my business account to share to everybody that this is what she's doing, and she's probably doing it to other brands too. She ended up responding to our email. Her excuse was that she was going through too much at that time and she just couldn't work. Fast forward from that, I decided to take the loss. I didn't end up filing anything against her or a lawsuit because I wanted to cut my losses and cut this influencer out of my life. It was just getting toxic. She was sending hate emails to my team. Also, she was not from the same country as me. She was from another whole country. So just the lawsuits and everything going back and forth would have been more costly and more time consuming and just so exhausting on my end as a business owner. Did not want to chase somebody across town because of the way that they scammed me. But now I know for future, don't work with certain influencers. That's how I learned my lesson. We still do influencer marketing, but we are definitely so much more careful now. Make sure you do your due diligence and be careful out here. Bye.
I just got scammed by an influencer with over 7 million followers. I saved up some money to grow my small business. I reached out to this influencer to do some social media marketing. We agreed on a video. I sent him what I needed in the video, and what he sent me back was so bad. I reached out to him to make some changes. I ended up getting ghosted. After a while, I received an email from a third party, a threatening email. Again, get ghosted by that third party and this influencer. And now I just don't know what to do.
I got scammed by an influencer. Back in May, I contacted this influencer about collaborating on my designs. We agreed I would send her my dress and that she would post it on her socials. We exchanged information, and where she lived was actually quite close. It was about a 45-minute drive for me. So I ended up delivering the dress myself. Now this was the first red flag. I had told her that the dress had been delivered, and she proceeded to tell me that she had not received it. And I know it was delivered because I delivered it myself. A couple messages went back and forth and she ended up saying that she got it. Fast forward 12 days. I think I was expecting a little too much at this point. At the same time, God forbid a girl was excited. I sent her a message just asking if she had made any content at all. I'd seen that she was also super busy and active on her socials, so I was taking that into consideration. I also explained to her that if she did not like my dress, I was more than happy to take it back. I understand that not everyone likes the same things, and that is totally fine. If she didn't like it, I'm more than happy to take it back and sell it to someone who actually wants it. It has been a month since I sent the dress. I decided to send another message, probably being a little bit annoying, but I was worried at this point. I ended up getting no response. So 15 days go by and I sent her another message. 5 days later, she ends up replying to it. She said she had missed my messages and had been super busy, which I understood. And then she proceeded to say she will 1000% be making content in my dress. 2 months go by. I see nothing, there's no response, nothing from her. This bitch has ghosted me. And to this day, I never got a reply. It has been 8 months since I sent her the dress. I know that I'm not the only person that's been scammed by an influencer. This is their job. It's totally not fair for them to treat small businesses like this. I think this should be widely spoken about and recognized. It's not fair at all. So I thought that I would share my experience. Again, this is no hate towards her. I still love all her content that she does. I'm just obviously upset at the experience that I had with her. So why not share it?
Here is a story of how a New Zealand influencer essentially scammed me of $350. I used to design and make clothes for people. This is one of the things that I made. And this New Zealand influencer reached out to me on both of her Instagram accounts. She had a personal Instagram account and then a business Instagram account. And she reached out, she's like, hey, I would really love it if you made me a dress and I'll share it on both of my accounts. And I was like, yeah, sure, which one do you want? And she chose my most expensive one. It was called the Fifi dress. It was around like $350. It took me about 6 hours to make this dress. She sent me all her measurements, her address and all that kind of stuff, and I went and made it. I literally dropped it off to her house because she lives up the road from me. And she fully just like ghosted me. I didn't hear a word from her. I messaged her multiple times. I was like, I know that it's a gift to you, but if you're not gonna wear it, would I be able to have it back? I think the thing that annoys me the most is that she reached out to me and she asked me for a dress. It's not like I gave it to someone and then they decided they didn't like it. Fair enough, if she didn't like it, then she could just at least reply to me. And then yesterday I went to an event and she was there. And I was so tempted to go up and say something to her, but this was like 3 years ago, so I was like, she's probably forgotten about me. But what would you have done?
Whatever you do in life, just don't be the reason why people feel like they've been attacked by the devil. Like, I've not been able to sleep ever since I came back to SA. It's been 3 days where I genuinely struggled to fall asleep because of a simple issue that could have been resolved. When we launched Active Lifestyle, we decided to work with this company for packaging. 15th of May, we made the payments. They said that we'll receive the packaging by the 5 June. Okay. 5 June came, there's nothing. June ended, there was nothing. And they kept coming up with excuses. Literally, we are in July and they still have not. And the worst part is that worst part is that people are waiting for their orders. All this time we've been using the packaging that was remaining from the last collection. So we had a few packaging that had left, but with this new launch, we wanted to use a completely new packaging. So it's fine. When they kept delaying, we kept using the available packaging that we had. I am unable to sleep because people spend their money to support my brand. Okay, hold on. It's been like so long. There's absolutely no way. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm overreacting. I've tried to understand. 15 May, 7th July, still nothing. They promised that they would deliver everything by the 5th of June. And the worst part is that the packaging company is still posting on their social media, promoting their brand, wanting to get more customers. When they said they had equipment that are broken down, they have not announced that on their social media where they said, listen, we're not taking orders because you have... I'm even thinking, is this a scam? So this is the page I ordered from. It says that it's owned by this lady. I spent 15,000 rand on this order. And I'm starting to realize that, you know what, I'm not gonna get it, you know. But for now, I just want to say, don't be a reason why people can't sleep. Don't be a reason why people fall on their knees and like, God, is this a test? Imagine begging people to provide the services that you paid for 2 months.